Paul changing the title while I was changing the title. I don't know what the fucking title says. I didn't go back and check because I was in my meeting. But I can't math time, bro. Like, I wish the people would leave a damn clock alone. Your boy cannot math time to save his soul. And I'm a relatively intelligent individual. I said relatively. But, oh, it drives me batty, bro. Every time. I'm like, okay, if I got to be an hour late, then let me adjust this. And it don't work. Just I get it wrong every time. Paul's like, "Hey, dummy, that's not right," and I'm like, "Shit." Kills me every freaking time. Oh my god, no pun intended. Every time, get it? Ha. All right, so let me pull up the notes. But anyway, what I was gonna say, what drives me batty, and I know the thing that makes me so frustrated about it is I know it's just training. It's just training. The amount of people who believe that confidence is this thing that you can go get or you can learn or you can train. It's upsetting to me because it really is holding people back. Confidence is a switch. It's like anger. You could turn it on. No one has to teach you how to be angry. It's built in. Okay? And the reason why I say this, let's forget that we're humans for a second because humans get cocky. Our knowledge has turned us dumb. Okay, humans get cocky and forget that we are freaking animals. Okay, so let's just say in supposition, you and Paul both have cats. You guys love cats. I'm gonna speak out of tongue because I haven't had one, but my old roommate had one, so I kind of understand. When they're kittens, they accidentally climb up on some stuff because they're Kolohe, sorry, let me use not Hawaii words. They're rascal, right? They're just exploring. So they climb up on stuff and then they go, um, hey, mom, the ground is down there. And mom is like, yeah, get down. And he's like, but how? You jump. What? You jump. And then the cat go like that. He kind of looks a couple of times and thinks about it. It does a couple circles, thinks about it, crank the back up like that, whatever they do. Like starts looking at the tail and then they sweep the air for a second and then they just jump. And once they jump and they figure it out, oh, your life is screwed. Your keyboard, sleeping on it. The top of your head, sleeping on it. In the windowsill, sleeping on it. Top all the way at the top, the cat run thing, like we have at my friend's house, sleeping on it. But no one goes to confidence class to learn how to jump off of stuff. They just figure it out one day. Confidence is a damn switch. It is not a muscle. It is not a skill. It's not a training. And so many people are so snowballed by somebody else telling them that they could take your confidence away. No, they can't. You gave it to them. No one can take something that's in you. You can't take anger away. You can't take fear away. Those are all built in. You have no problem succeeding to them. Why not just succeed the confidence? Okay, rant over. I think. I don't know why. That one bothers me so much because I know it's just the switch. Oh, sorry. I'm over here. I'm over here closing windows and whatnot. Had all my editing stuff open, so I was closing windows. They're probably
Yeah.
like, man, we came here to see
I
Doc and Lou, and I only see that peanut head.
the Dociverse, the
Yes.
Doc and Luniverse. About confidence being a practice has been sitting heavy on my head. So I think we're we're in similar ballparks. The way
I believe
it's
the
a
practice
switch.
part is there
Yeah.
because somebody has told you that you have lost it somewhere. So you got to practice turning it back on. In a similar sense as hunger or anger, right? These are all natural states, right? So when you are hungry, if you are dieting or just training or something of that nature, you have to train yourself to put that away until you're at a point where you can have protein or carbs or whatever it is that you're training for, right? If you're bodybuilding, you're carb
Mhm.
loading. If you are, diabetic and you're having to wean yourself off of sugar, if you have to wean yourself off of salt, like I have been doing, now things that I used to enjoy, are actually starting to become salty to me because I have been weaning myself off of salt because my blood pressure is too high, mostly from being friends with Paul. I can't see his face. It's covered by the Zoom is recording this thing. Um, so yeah, like I am actually curious. I don't know about curious. I'm actually like, why do we give in to stuff that just turns us into marshmallows? And I think I understand this because I was in that boat, and then all I did differently was I just decided, no, I'm over it. Okay, I didn't go to any confidence school. I didn't go to any like training course on how to get like the the reason why people sell it is because people buy it. And I don't
Yeah.
even want to call these people charlatans because I have friends who believe that they can sell confidence. But you can't sell confidence, bro. It is a mother freaking switch. I bet you confidently get up and complain about not wanting to do something today. Or
Yes.
you confidently go hide in the corner, right? You confidently go hide behind your mama when you're a little kid because you know that mama's going to protect you. Those are all manifestations or reflections of confidence, right? You confidently hide behind your excuses. You confidently get in your car and drive to the freaking Popeyes to get a double spicy chicken sandwich and potatoes when the one place guaranteed to kill you is the car. Like, no bets. Have you driven in Boston? Have you driven in Philly? Have you driven in California? The one place absolutely guaranteed to kill you in your life is the car. But you get in that sumbitch every day and drive your ass somewhere to go do something else horrible for your life. Don't ask me why. It just attacked me today.
It got you. So okay, so I had been working on, I decided I don't want that light today. Um, all these like quick uh
Dude, that
videos.
video
So it's like
yesterday.
my behind the scenes of me just
Yeah.
cranking out
So
videos.
my video yesterday was semi-spirated by yours because what I was trying to do is come up with a plan. I was like, F a plan. You doc, you need no damn plan. Just do it. And so all I did was just threw the thing up. I put it on. I shot it. Was it dope? No. Everybody else said it's dope. In my head, I was like, yo, that's horrible. Ugh. But then the comments was like, yo, player, this is dope. Yo, player, keep these coming. Yeah, I was like, really though? Because
What
to
was it
me,
about? What was yesterday's about?
okay, so I was literally sitting here and I had gone outside and so Boston is worse than Philly and New York combined. These are facts. That's why Paul sent me that video. Paul, you should link that video to the chat so everybody can laugh. Anybody who's ever ridden with me in a car will understand this video that Paul got. Paul sent it to me and I was leaking. I was leaking. I was on the toilet cracking up laughing because you shouldn't watch memes on the toilet, but I was laughing. And Karen is like, would you hurry up and come out the bathroom? And what is so funny? I was like, Paul, and she's like, I don't want to know what you and Paul are doing in the bathroom. That's a different conversation. Anyway, so I had gone outside to go shoot some stuff, and when I got out there, I was trying to trigger Final Cut Pro camera so that I can make one iPhone control the other. And then I realized Final Cut Pro camera only works from the iPad controlling the disparate iPhones. So then I was outside and I go, well, let me trigger Blackmagic camera. And for some reason, where I was, it wasn't working. So I just got mad. I came back inside because it started to rain. And I was like, all right, I'm over it. I came in the house. So I sat down. I was like, all right, that video is not going to work today because the software is being a troublematic. And I've done it before, but it was just being weird. So I rebooted both phones. And then while I was waiting for that to restart, because one was upgrading, I just seen, oh, Mary Lou said. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I clicked it. And then you was like, okay, watch this. I'm going to set the timer. And then I'm going to do a Lou enactment. Okay, 15 minutes. This my hair. Ooh, I better get this mic. I need to hold something. Let me get. Okay, listen. Are you making content? And then listen. And it was so good. It was so
Did
good.
5 videos in
She
15
did
minutes.
5 videos in 15 minutes, and then she was like, okay. And then she was like this. Doo. Ooh, I got time to spare. I'm gonna go polish my nails. And then I was like, you know what, Lou, I hate you. So I said, let me try this again. I fired it up, and it connected. And then I was like, well, should I take all my stuff back outside? Well, no, because now it's losing light. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to get this done. So all right, whatever. I just posted this tripod. You know the one that we got, the Ulanzi, right?
Yeah, yes.
So I just posted it in the other half of the room, facing backwards, stood right underneath that light, and then I just put it on, and then I use Hey 912. I always look at the clock at least 3 or 4 times a week on exactly my birthday. Every time. Never fails. Anyway, so I opened up the thing and I recorded the video. And then I had saw my iPad there. I was like, oh, I'll show you. You can use it with the iPad too, because somebody's going to complain, oh, you don't have 2 iPhones. I was like, cool. So I busted out the iPad. I showed how to do it. And then I brought it over to Final Cut and I looked at it and I was like, it could have been better. I'm going to reshoot it. And then, like in the cartoons, when the little character like pop up on the side of your shoulder, and then there was Mary Lou. Listen, Doc, don't record it again. Just put it out. You don't need to record it again. Blah blah blah. I was like, shut up, Lou. So I just took it out, and then this side was like, this is Lou again. You need to just put it out. And I was like, all right. I just did it. I was like, I'm over it. I don't got time for this. So I just put it in Final Cut, and then I let it out. And so far, everybody is like, "Oh, I really liked it. That was really good." And I was like, oh, "Okay."
Right,
So
because we have to practice what we preach, right?
true, but and just so people know, I'm glad I got to tell that story because I want people to know we do it too. We look at a video and we go, and then I just like, you know what? I'm letting it out. I'm gonna let it out, and I just let it out. So you got to let it
Yeah.
go, Elsa.
And let
That
it go. And I'll tell you, like, I've been that video, I've had that one in my editor for like 2 months. I think that was like from September, from a batch in September. And
what?
yesterday I was like, I have to edit some videos for myself. So because I've been like working on all this other kind of stuff. And I just had like I just snapped where I was like, I need to work on stuff. And then I turned into like it was just like crazy psycho flow mode. And I'm like, edit, 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 edit. And I was like, this one, I was like, okay, cut out the things. I was like, can I make something out of this? I was like, no, don't look at it anymore. I played through it once and I was like, that's it. That's the video. Put it up. And then moved on.
You guys, Mary Lou went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Edit. We are part of the Rhythm Nation. Sorry. When you said, I just had to go into edit flow mode. I just thought of Janet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry. Now that song, the Rhythm Nation is going to be in my head all
Yep.
day today. Thank you, Mighty Glue. Yo, it's the other Duncan, the better looking one came through. How you doing, Dr. Randall Duncan? Paul's younger alter ego. Yo, it was really. I thought you just did that yesterday. See, this is like again.
No, that was
we
like
just
sitting there.
listen. We just want to see you doing the In Vogue, girl. You even know I was so in love with In Vogue when I was a little wee lad, and that joints came out. I used to have a CD. I had the cassette. I bought the joint and everything. I had like all the stuff, and then when Dawn Robinson came through the picture, I was like, "Oh, Hercules!" Oh yes, I love me some In Vogue, and so Minnie and I bonded over some In Vogue love. Love me some In Vogue. That is literally the best.
Well, I'm glad that people liked that because it was one of those like when I was doing this 15 minutes, I put the camera on kind of as like proof to myself, right? It's that thing of sometimes when we do our live streams, we can get more things done because like somebody's watching, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like this is the live stream. I recorded it as I was recording on a different camera and just like cranked them all out. And I was like, yes, this is possible. So
That's
somebody in
right.
the
You had the
comments,
white ZV-E1 vertically, and you're like, "Oh, we record on this
Mhm.
camera."
Yeah, I
Oh,
just was like, I want to use this one today. No excuse. Let's just go. Let's just do it. So Randall was actually saying turn that into a challenge. That is a challenge it's like a more extreme version of that. But posting that yesterday was to prove to my group, because this week I have them filming 12 videos this week.
Ooh, listen,
So I'm like, this can
Randall, I got
happen. Let's
something for
go.
you. I am not the shameless plug kind of dude, but I'm going to shameless plug this very instantaneous because Randall just pointed out something that I think everybody needs to know about. Listen, why do you keep changing this camera from Mary Lou to me again? Stop that. Oh, don't do that. Listen, let me fix this once and for all. You're getting on my nerves. Camera D. There you go. Okay, listen, Randall, on this here site, and if I go to the all products, this is something that I made like a hot minute ago, but I strongly believe in this. Perfection kills profitability
Whoop,
because
whoop.
while everybody is out here trying to be perfect, there's somebody, say you're doing something, you're learning, and you're at like level 50%, right? Let's call it golf. You might have some tips at golf that people will pay you $100 an hour to learn that couldn't pay Tiger 100,000 an hour to learn because they ain't got that kind of money. So they would be more than happy willing to pay you to teach them how to do that. So I am a strong believer in perfection kills profitability, and I have it in shirt format and mug format. So if you agree with that sentiment, hey, I have a merch for that. Oh, that's good. See, I'm telling you, that one comes to me before because I definitely have clients who are so busy worrying about trying to show up perfect that they don't show up at all, and then their customers go someplace else. And then they feel mad. They're like, "Oh, so and so stole my customer," and I'm like, "Well, first of all, they're not yours. Slavery's illegal. Second of all, what did you put for them in order to keep them?" And they're like, "Oh, well, I got this thing, and I'm just about to launch. Just about to. Well, your competitor didn't just about. They did it. So that's where you lost. So there's that. I mean, it's kind of, it's a deep cut. It's a deep cut.
Yes. Yes, yes.
You know, most like eat ice cream out of it. Yo, fam. All right, man, you're 2 for 2 today. Two things I do. I love me some In Vogue and Climax, and I love to eat ice cream out of a mug because you have a handle for it. Because I like to stab my ice cream and make it slightly softer, kind of like Cold Stone. So I like to stab it and give it a little bit of things. And so, yeah, I use the mug. And yeah, and the reason why the mug works is because your hand ain't under the bottom heating it up and making it melt. See, Minnie knows some stuff. All
It's
right,
true.
let me open Notion. We
Okay.
over here BSing.
Yes. And then I do like, I have a hard out because
Yeah, me too,
my
because I
show
have
is
to
at
meet with
1
Katie.
today. Yeah, we have work to do, you guys. If you're
Yes,
gonna be at Podfest, come and see us. It's about to be
it's going to
crazy
be
fun.
litty.
Don't come in there not expecting to work though. I'll tell you that. You
Mm-hmm.
see us at Podfest, you're walking away with an episode or a video.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of episode, podcast or manic, your choice. Man, where in the oh, I know where it is. It's hiding underneath this window. I'm like, I can't see my Notion. It's probably hiding underneath Lou on the transporter. Not the transporter. What is this thing called? Teleprompter. Oh my god, my brain. My poor brain. It's
He
the
just came from a
teleprompter.
meeting, an event meeting, and it's like those can be heavy sometimes. All the stuff that you guys are talking about, you're like your fabrication and the signage, and I like this. That was my career for years. Was
Really?
like
That's basically what
convention
we was
event
doing.
production, like exactly that. That's where I was like, this call is like, do y'all need me? Because I've been on
Yeah,
hundreds of those. I'm like,
dude,
Alliance is the
they
one
are
that's gonna help you at
work.
the.
They are work.
We're gonna
All right.
palletize. We're gonna load in. We're gonna load out. You got local staff, Encore National.
All right, so let's go.
Okay,
Ooh,
I have stuff in the
ooh,
drop-ins.
ooh. Oh wait, let me bring the party over to the Kim folks.
Let's
Yo,
see
listen,
them.
listen. Let me hit the control one. Listen, people, if you don't have Moom is very helpful if you have to present on the screen because you can just hit control one. Well, I made that, but you can make it easily 16 by 9 so you can get that work did. Anyway, so okay, here's the reason. Here's why I like this one because it is clicky, right? Anything with the word
Mm-hmm.
master in it is clicky, which is kind of a hole, but it's what it is. Then I think this should be point number one because it's a question.
Yes, love it.
All right.
Injected.
I think a good question would be where do you rate your confidence? When was the last time? Yeah, see, I like the reflection question. Hmm.
And our chat has like evolved because it's giving us these
Yeah,
like
because it's
reflection
learning.
challenge discussion listener.
People don't
Yeah, it's
understand
so
that.
good.
It learns as you go.
Do you know with like cuz so you created that assistant in like 4.0, does it upgrade to new models on its own
Yes.
or do you have to
Yeah.
build it in its own?
No, no,
It
it's
does
there.
upgrade.
What I can do though is take that GPT and maybe ask it if it has any ways to improve itself. It sounds stupid, but
Yeah.
it
I do. I
knows.
did that, yeah.
It knows. Uh,
16, 17, 18, January 16, 17, 18 for Podfest. Somebody asked that. Where
I
was it?
I don't like this
Hershey.
one because it. hmm, Well, I guess it's
What are you
both
in?
in Notion.
Oh,
Look,
I have it small. I just have to make it bigger. What like you are in the questions? Okay.
yeah. Hmm. It's a combination of two and three. One or two.
Of reflection and challenge.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let
It's
me ask. Let me
it's
ask
our
the assistant.
it's our show. We can ask two questions.
Yeah,
So we
we
can do
can.
it. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Let's see what it comes up with if I combine those two.
Okay, I should just point this out in case somebody happens upon this and they don't know what the heck we're doing. So Mary Lou and I, how's it going? Lost in translation. Good to see you. And by the way, please tell us what your actual name is so we don't call you by that. What's up, Hirsch? What happened? Actually, Hirsch is in Florida. That's why. Oh, dude, AT just got my cut. That's my cut right there. The men are paused when I walk into the room. Wait on me. That was such good stuff. Anyway, um, Mary Lou and I, we record the podcast, but we always come in here and we do the pre-show live because we want people to get over the fear of what this looks like. So we like to do the pre-show live. We give you a chance to also be involved. So if there's something that on this topic, we're about to talk about it because we got the notes open, like, hold up, player, I want to know about X. You can ask that and we'll put it in the show and call you out. So, or give you a shout out, as the kids call it. Well, it's not the kids call it. Actually, we came up with that. The kids bring it back. Anyway, yeah, I think it's important to get in there. Um, yes, this is very good. See, expert Landseller says the more you do it, the more confidence you get, right? Because if we get in, no, let's save this for the show. I'm gonna bring that up in the show because I think
Yeah,
that's important.
that's
I
good.
think that's an
That's
important
good.
conversation. Hey, there you go. Diego. I love it, Diego. Thank you. I love it. I like this logo over here. This is really cool. Really cool. All right.
Is Marshall coming to Podfest too? Is he
Marshall
because
lived
he's
down the
Florida, right?
street. Yeah, I'll go knock on his
Yeah,
door and be
okay.
like, Marshall, come over here. I was like,
I gotta sweet talk him into making an icon for me.
uh
A
oh.
logo for Video Creator Club because right now it's just a Canva thingaling. I'm like, I want something cute.
AT is coming here as well. So,
Yes.
yeah, we
AT's rocking my world. We were like nerding out about Notion AI, autofill, and databases and whatnot.
dude, she be secret squirreling it, but AT got like superpowers. She knows how
Seriously
to
does.
press exactly my button. We be in class and she rile me up, and then Paul and Luis are like, "Oh, here it comes." Yolanda and At will back me into the corner all the time. These two are troublemakers at the best. Oh my goodness.
Looking at some
Okay.
actionable tips is what I'm trying to work on now. Oh, visualizing really, I think,
Okay,
makes a
yes,
big deal.
definitely want to make sure that we put Diego's point in there because it's something that I break down all the time, and it's ooh, I must bring it in, must bring it in. I think back to the time you had to flip this, blah, 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 yeah, and then yes, okay, loving it. I love that. I like this. Okay, then for the ha, Mary Lewis, my other. Hey, what I always say, if somebody said to you the stupid stuff you say to yourself, you might pop them in the face. If you're a nonviolent individual, you will go home and break something in their name or stab the little voodoo doll. Half of my family is from Puerto Rico, the other half's from Haiti. So we have some dolls. We have some dolls that look like bosses. Look, right now, Ken is itching. Dude, Glenn
All
got
right.
me good today in the Slack. He said, "Oh, we're coming out with a new beta for Ecamm," and Andy said, "Oh, what's going to be in the new beta?" And Ken said, "Ecamm intelligence," and I was like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's my job." And then Glenn said, "Oh, about that, come into my office." I was like, "Uh." I had the Homer Simpson joint where he backs up into the bushes.
They programmed you into an AI.
Yeah, then Glenn said, "What's an emoji for my boss is making jokes about my job security?" And then Glenn said, "Oh, we're gonna have an AI feature, a Doc Rock assistant, but we don't want to get sued, so we don't want to get what is it, trademark strike, so we're gonna call it Rock Doc, the AI assistant for Ecamm." And I was like, "Okay, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go do a podcast in Mary Lou now. Bye. Good
Bye.
talk."
They're like, this girl just keeps ruining everything. She's keeping you away from work.
I'm like, yeah, welcome to my TED Talk. You got a headache, Joel? You good? Or you just scratching your head? Okay, you can't have a headache over here. We have stuff for that in Hawaii, but it's illegal in half the states.
For headache?
I'm joking. Mary Lou don't get my grassiest humor because she doesn't partake. Oh, yo, dang, she is crushing it over here. Okay, so
So I need a
I think
bullet two.
I think the bullet two should
What's the
be
middle?
about places. Oh, let's well wait. Will bullet one cover the sort of the definition of confidence, or are we just going to talk about it in practicum?
Oh,
All right, so let's move bullet
let's
one to
make
bullet
that part
two.
bullet. Exactly.
See, this is why
Yes.
we, you know what I'm saying? Look, guys,
We're
we can
already
finish
there.
each other's sentences now.
Besties.
Yo,
Ah.
I was like, I saw something yesterday, and I was like, yo, I bet you Eden is all up on this. So Jen wore a University of Minnesota shirt in his latest music video, and all of a sudden, you can't get this vintage, like 20-year-old University of Minnesota shirt. And of course, the Minnesotans is like, why is he wearing that? He don't need a why. He's Jen. He do what he feel like.
Do
But
whatever you
then
want.
all of a sudden, like their store, their bookstore at University of the M, is basically sold out of everything that even remotely looks like that. And he's like, oh, now of course they're Minnesotans, so they feel bad that they can't keep up. So they had to get on the phone with Champion directly and be like, listen, son, we need a metric F ton of burgundy Golden M University of Minnesota jerseys ASAP because we have angry kids. And I was like, Eden probably knows all about this before the news got a hold of it. Because if the news got a hold of it, then the BTSers already knew what was up. Okay. Sorry,
right,
gang.
put your pick of the week in so
Um,
we can pull the link.
right, right about now. Every time I start to shoot a podcast in the winter, right when I start, the booger snotzies decide to try to get me. All right, wait, hold on 1 second. Let's mute it. You really gonna do a musical to me blowing my nose?
Da-da-da-da. Why don't you sneeze like you're running out of time? Who knows that one?
Don't get stuck like Chuck. Tune in to Creators Unstuck with Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mendel.
Okay, it's my turn now.
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all.
Yes, y'all.
That's
Okay.
that's so good of him to keep your sneezing sound in our little stinger.
Okay, so let me drop in my pickety of the week. Oh, did you get a mark too?
I did. This one?
Nice. Nice.
So I've been doing work comparing all of the new phone ready
Man,
ones.
the new one from
and you know it's
yesterday.
interesting.
I don't need it, but I want it because they got purple.
Yeah. Well, I got the micro and I got the DJI mic minis and I got opinions. It's just I have opinions
Oh, okay.
about those, but I'm formulating. I'm formulating.
Okay, formulate. All right. You ready?
Yeah. Like there's much to talk about, but not for today.
All right, I'm ready.
So yeah, let's crack a lack.
All right, so here's what we do, gang. When we get around to this part, he first he does before he forgets is he moves the Notion to the teleprompter so that he can see. That's just where my notes be when I'm talking to y'all. And then I open up on Ecamm. I open up the little preview window. Here, let me show you this real quick because people be having questions. So I go here and I go down to it's alphabetical order, dude. Program. So program gives me this little window. This window is whatever Ecamm sees. I mean, whatever YouTube sees, and I make it tiny, but I put it over here on the teleprompter just so that man, where'd you go? There it is. I put it on the teleprompter too, just so I can see that nothing happened to the stream, right? So it's kind of on the teleprompter in the corner, and then I stream. So I have Notion here, and then I have, me and Mary Lou, and then comments, and yeah. Oh, ooh, boom. There you go. Appreciate it. Did you get a Doc Pop one? That's what you want to know.
It better be Doc Pop, lost in translation.
What little, we did that in the stream, Expert Land Sellers, but tell you what, if you come through on Saturday, I do my live stream on Saturday. It's more the practical, the building, any type of Q&A. So if you come through on Saturday, basically this time, but an hour earlier, I don't know how to do the time math. Trust me, it just doesn't work. If you tell us where you live, Paul will give you the time because I can't do it. Paul laughs at me constantly. But I will walk you through how to do it on Saturday. So we'll make it a date because thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. All right, let me come hither and do this. What are we missing? There's titles, there's overlays. There it is. All right, now we got it. Now we're cooking with Pam. I am going to start and stop the recording. So stop the recording. And then start it fresh. That's why we have a clean copy. And counting it down in 5, 4.
Okay, my friends. Today we're going to talk about confidence. There's some people who say that it's just about flipping a switch. Other people say it's a muscle that you build over time. No matter what way you say it, I'm going to tell you this, it's already in you, and we're going to talk about it. Let's get you unstuck.
Let's get unstuck. Okay, so I woke up this morning, as it sounds like a song. I woke up Sunday morning, see some roaches on the wall. That's it goes. Saw a game of roaches playing basketball. There we go. Somebody's gonna remind me in the chat how that song goes. We were little kids. This one bothers me. It bothers me a lot, Lou, and I don't know why it bothered me more recently than ever before. Maybe I saw a bunch of videos hit the the algobots at the same time, or maybe I saw people, selling courses about confidence. I know for the company, we always want to do streams about helping people get their camera confidence. I know what it was. Maybe even we made you do one. But every time, listen, I work there and I fight with them all the time, but I ain't the boss. So they'll put out stuff that I totally don't agree with. It's okay. It's not that challenging because there are people who believe it. But my personal belief, and this is me, and we'll discuss why you should listen to me or not, because here's the first I'll say my personal belief is confidence is simply a switch. You turn it on, you turn it off. When it's necessary, you turn it on, and when it's not necessary, you turn it off. But I understand. I think I'm finally starting to get a grip around why so many people believe it's something that you have, or it's a thing you're born with, or it's some special skill and some people have it and other people don't. I believe that stuff is taken away from us at some point in life by somebody in our life, and we might not even know who it is. It could have been a very subtle, as the kids call it, a microaggression, but it was macro to you, and it took your power away. Somebody stole your not ultimatum. Oh my God, the Marvel nerd in me is in trouble because I can't remember what it is right now. Inside Tony Hawk, not Tony Hawk. Jesus, all
Oh,
right, you know what I
your
mean.
arc reactor?
Yeah, it's sort of like your arc reactor. That was the unobtainium. Somebody stole your juice, whatever the heck you want to call it. Somebody stole your juice. So I'd like to talk about some of that. So let's get in. Let's get stuck in.
Good.
As
Okay,
they
so
say.
while we're getting into this discussion, if you are in the live audience or if you're watching this in the future, hello, future us, I want you to think back to a time when you had to flip the switch and act confident, because I bet that you have. Like, I bet there's a moment where you did flip this switch because you had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's a step you can take to build it more in your daily life? Because there's like the times where it's like high stakes. So you have to be like, you know what, we got to do this. But like, we can make every day like that. So let's think about that.
I like that because you have definitely. Sorry, Kevin. You can't do that to me in the chat. We record this in front of a live studio audience, and our buddy Kevin Cox said maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. You know how my brain works, bro. Why would you do that to me? That is too good. That is too good. Anyway, yeah, there's definitely. I remember I was a little kid. I was maybe like 3 or 4, and I was trying to get this robot off of the dresser. And we had a vertical chest of drawers, as they call it. Some people call it a dresser. And I remember being the engineer kid that I was, pulling out the drawers at different lengths, and I started going up, and I hit like the second drawer up, and the whole dresser fell on me. And that should have crushed me, but somehow, before my dad hit the top of the steps, I was able to push that dresser up a little bit and scooch my little body out. So when my dad came in, he looked at me, he seen the blood on my knees, but I was out from under the dresser. How does a baby pick up a dresser, yo? Because your body, that's when I first learned about fight or flight and stuff in the brain when I was older, and I figured that out. Your body knows what to do. So in a situation where you're pushed to some sort of emergency situation, all your lack of confidence goes out the window. I seen complete chickens go running to do something to save somebody when we get to a car accident and one of the cars leaking oil. I've seen the person in my unit who I would consider the worst soldier in there run and drag somebody out of a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my Army training has led me to believe 100% confidence is a switch. Because I seen that person in training, totally scared, refused to jump off the tower, refused to climb the rope, have a hard time, rappelling down the side of a cliff. But when push came to shove, they got their buddy out the Jeep when the Jeep is upside down about to explode. Or if we're under fire or whatever the case may be. So I know for a fact that you can turn that joint on when it turns on. So it drives me crazy. I don't want to call everybody civilians because it's just humans in general. It drives me crazy when I hear people fighting for what I know is a limiting belief. And believing that somehow you lack confidence causes you to fight for your lack of confidence as opposed to fight for being a better switch manager. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I agree. But that's where I do think, even in your example, it is still a practice. So it's a switch, but you may have to be building up the muscle to lift your arm so you can flip this switch, right? Because the switch could be standing right in front of you. But if you can't lift your arm, then it's harder to flip this switch, right? Or maybe you don't know where in the room the switch is. So it is a practice, because even in your military example, in training, guy didn't know what to do, but he had to train, he had to practice. So when it did get into the field, he was able to activate.
Yes.
And if he had not gone through training, we are not sure. Like, we'll never know, because he went through
Most
the training,
people still
because he
do
went through
it.
practice.
Well, trust me, if it's we don't have any,
Yeah.
so it's
If
hard
it's
for us
life
to
or
talk
death,
out
right?
of turn.
Like,
But if it's your kids, I seen
Yes.
mama bears turn into absolute mama bears in the grocery store. I seen mama bears like buck up on somebody like 6'12", and she coming in at 5 something, dangerous though, because AT, she ain't but 5'2", and she probably knock you out. But I seen mama bears go hard in the grocery store with like the security guard, looking at their kids crooked or something. And it's like, bruh, if I was you security, I would run. Because little mama and kids, not to be played with. Not to be played with. Or as mama say, not to
and
be trifled with.
that's the difference, is that for outward confidence to do something for someone outside of yourself, to take action for someone outside of yourself, is a much easier switch than doing it for yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Because,
This
like,
happens.
yes, we will protect a child, we will protect our friends, we will protect our loved ones, but we will like beat our own selves up, which we would not allow other people to be doing to other people.
This is 100% true. People will definitely go out of their way to protect somebody else. Some people just do stuff for other people that they won't do for themselves. So this is factual. This is definitely factual.
Okay, so question for you then.
Yes.
What is confidence in relation to creators? Like, what is this confidence that people are seeking or feel like they're missing or want to pay thousands of dollars to learn from somebody? Wow, I feel strongly about this.
So do I.
So I'm knocking things off the desk.
All right. So first of all, let's get down to confidence. Let's break it apart. With. Con means with, right? It's funny because we often see con in a negative sense, but the basic definition of the prefix is with. And fidere is Latin for trust. All confidence is confidere, with trust. When we're talking about it in the sense of self, we're talking about the ability for you to trust yourself. Now, you just started this business selling 3D printed scrapers, and you want people to believe in you. You want people to believe in your product. But homie, if you don't believe in you, then why in the exact, I don't know, can't press the button. Why in the exact, insert your favorite word here, would anybody else? Like, do you hear you? You're telling the world, I don't trust me. But I want to sell you some stuff. I want to grow this business. I want to be, where was Diego? Diego's in the chat. I want to be a land seller. Don't disagree with Diego's business. I'm just using it as an example, okay? I always pick on the new people, let them know that we love them. Anyway, so Diego can't be out here like I'm confidently selling land, and then in the other side talking about I can't record these videos because I can't be seen on camera. Like, those two maps don't math. You can't sell the land without getting your butt on the camera and be like, hey, people, look at this lovely land, right? He's like, hi, I'm Diego. I'm here to sell you this lovely piece of land. Like, he trusts he, I trust he. Let me buy that, right? He'd be like, hi, konnichiwa, I'm Diego. Let me interest you in this piece of land if you want to see it. I ain't buying from that person. So yeah, it's when it comes to being a creator, the first thing is if you don't trust you, who trusts you? It's almost like Joseph A. Banks. If you don't look good, we don't look good. So let's just start with that. Before you try to make somebody take your $5.99 and teach you confidence, if you don't trust you, why should anyone else? Let's start there. Confidere. Confidelis, as they say. Confidence.
I've been thinking lately, because I'm doing a lot of these videos just about confidence, talking about confidence and how it is a decision, right? It is a decision. And as I was like writing out some of these notes, I was like, I'm a con man dull. So, because I'm not trying to like pull the wool over anyone's eyes. It's just like the con and mantle made me giggle, but it is a decision, right? It is a decision to trust yourself, because no matter where you are in your experience, you have experience that is yours. That is not that can't be taken away from you because it's already happened. So you have to trust that this experience is true, that this exists, and that you have the ability to decipher this information and move forward in the best of your ability right now. So like even with like confidence, it's like you might not even know everything, but like if you go through confidently, you move forward, trusting that what you know now is what you know now and you can move with that, then great. And then also trust that if you don't know, you will figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
Because
Everything is figure outable. That's my motto, dude. Everything is figure outable. I played something the other day in a stream for people. Maybe it was in my class. And it was Steve Jobs back in the day talking about that thing that we called life is all invented or created by people who are no smarter than us. But they just had the confidence to go out there and put it and make it available for other people. And solving people's problem in that way make them rich. Like Steve was like, Steve notably told us that half of the people in the room at our meetings and stuff is smarter than him. But he just had the confidence to put it out there, and then he had confidence in us to keep producing the mission that is Apple, which is why you got hired, right? So it's definitely a thing. Now, again, I think one of the key elements in confidence is when someone else is taking it away from you, and you fight for the losing side, you will win that. You will remain unconfident as long as you keep telling yourself you can't.
Mm-hmm.
I have a buddy who was deeply, madly, insanely in love with this person for about 6 years and just wouldn't do nothing about it, pretending like nobody else saw it. I'm like, we see it. And they're like, oh, well, maybe, she's not into me or whatever. I'm like, whenever she has any sort of trouble whatsoever, who's the first person she calls? Right? And like, oh yeah, we're just friends or whatever. I go, no, nobody calls you for that type of stuff unless they trust you to help them. This is not, I got a flat. This is not, oh, can you take me to Home Depot because you got a truck? This is not, oh, can you help me wire my internet? Like, call you to help things that most people don't even share with other people. I'm like, she's into you. But in his mind, she's pushing 8. He's pushing 6 or 5. So he just didn't think he could do it. And I'm like, yo, it ain't about that, bro. I'm telling you, I see the interaction. I see how y'all act. Y'all have the exact same birthday. So y'all are made for each other. I married them 2 years ago. I'm an efficient. So I married them 2 years ago. And nephew is going to be a year and a half. Almost 2 years pretty soon. So trust me. Like most people see it before you do. Because you be lying to yourself. Kevin or Lost in Translation, one of them said that be your fighting, you be boxing your confidence in your head, like you're throwing punches. Actually, I think that was Dr. Duncan. Like you're throwing punches at your confidence in your head with the negative self-talk. And so creators just tend to do that. I'm a small channel. Oh my God. When people say, well, I'm just starting this podcast or I'm just starting, there's no just. Like I fight myself daily to not use the word just. Just is on my list of stupid words in the system. I fight myself daily to try to eliminate just from my conversation. It is one of the most belittling words out there. Ain't nothing just about this, homie. Unless we're talking about just this, that's different. But like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's just a little bit. Oh, it's just a little something I threw together. Oh, this is just a little channel, just a little video. I'm just getting started. You ain't nothing. You started. You know how many people I talk to every
Yeah.
day that ain't started? Take that just and put that something and beat the crap out of it out back. Like take it
Yeah.
outside like
I
it did something to you.
I've been feeling some way lately about the phrase "just a girl" because like it's like cute. She's like, I'm just a girl, right? But then
Hold
I
on.
was like thinking
If
about
you're
it
going to
more,
do
and it's
that,
like,
you
what
got
is
to do it
just?
like
It's like
Gwen.
assume a
Nope.
girl is
Back it up.
less
You got to
than.
do it like Gwen. If you're going to do it to me, you got to do it like Gwen. Sorry, Gwen. She didn't mean it. I'm just a girl. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dear chat, I am
And that
sorry.
like,
Go ahead.
but like the just, right? It's like implying that you are less than. If you're just, it means you're only. So there's tons of people who talk to me and they're like, well, I just started. Well, I just this, I just that. It's like, well, you're asking me for advice and you're seeking out help. You are advanced already. You are already a creator, right? Because you are seeking out information and you are taking action. You are advanced. You are ahead of people who are just thinking about it. So you're doing. You have to like look at yourself from the outside. That's something where being in groups is really helpful, is that sometimes like you might not even see yourself, like because we can see in other people, like we can look at other people and we're like, oh my gosh, we're so wonderful, why can't they see it? But being in community, I think, is very important because then you can reflect some of that back upon each other. It does help give you a little bit of context.
We did that to
When
Yolanda
I
the
think
other
a lot
day.
of creators, they lose this because they're isolated, right? It's a lot of like, I'm only looking at myself in this camera, so it's easy to start judging yourself because like you're the only one. So if you're giving negative and negative's coming back, and it's just going to spiral out. But if you're in community, that's where it can be helpful. So I do, if you don't have community yet, please find some. There's places for
Yes.
you. And
I
and if you're
want to
here, you're part
say
of us.
something that Joel put in the chat because this is so good, Joel. So good. Joel said, confidence isn't about having fear or anxiety. It's about the ability to do it anyway, despite them. Listen to JB. Do it anyway, despite them, until the belief is as loud as the doubt. Come on, JB. One time for the people in the back. Doubt doesn't go away 100%. It just starts to lose the inner argument over time as our confidence builds. Yes, so I want to put this, we talked about this in the pre-show, and so thank you, Joel, for reminding me. You know how my brain works. Once I start thinking about the Queen Gwen, it goes sideways. I was saying, like, when Gizmo and Zilla were kittens, right? They're explorer mode, right? They climb up on something all confidently. Oh, look, we going up here. This is cool. And then they get up there and they look down and like, uh-oh, how do I get down? And then you just got to look at them and be like, you're a cat, jump. They don't know they're a cat yet. They don't know that cats always land on their feet. So they get to the edge and they look at it a few times. And then finally, survival says, I got to get down. And then they jump. So in their brain, the idea that I can get to the bottom outgrows I'm stuck standing up here on top of something and Lou and Will looking at me like they're going to come and get me if I don't get off of this. And so they jump. And once they figure it out, oh, all bets are off. Next thing you know, they be like Maestro walking across the keyboard while Paul is trying to type or, climb up on the neck while you working. Cats, once they gain confidence and once they realize that they run the house, it's over. This is why dog people know better. Once cats realize they own the house, it's over. So to Joel's point, that was built in their head and it outfought the I can't do this. That's a survival thing. So you have confidence already in there, and it isn't really about going to get it, going to buy it, learning how to do it. It's about turning that switch on when and if you need it. So you can do things every day to help you build the confidence. And one of those is practice. So I want to say, for anybody thinks that I'm sitting up here like, holier than thou, yesterday I recorded a video that I didn't think in my head was good enough. And I was going to record it again, but I just didn't have that kind of time. So I had to just like, you know what? I'm going to just brave it up and let it out. Worst case scenario, I can remake this video. It ain't going to cost me nothing to remake the video and be like, hey guys, I screwed up. Let me explain it again. And this time I'm going to slow this pace down and show you this, this, and this. So I put out the video. Comments. Oh my God, this is perfect. Oh my God, exactly what I need. Oh my God, I can't. Ooh, what? This is great. Keep it coming. Sometimes we about to psych our own self out of something. And then when you go and do it, you like, I can't believe I did this. Right? So Minnie mentioned it up in the chat earlier. First time I came out the plane, trust you me, I was about to soil some britches. And then after you hit the ground, you're like, where we going again? Let's do it again. Right? Get to the door. Every time you get to the door, though, why am I doing this again? This is stupid. One of these days, the chute ain't going to open. Whew. Get to the ground. That was cool. We doing it again. And then 75 jumps in. Every time you get to the door, though, you got to think about it. Why am I doing this? Why am I pressing my luck? It's like rolling dice. I'm about to hit a 7 one day. One day I come out and the chute don't open. And for a split second, I almost sold the britches. And then the brain said, you have a second parachute. Open that one. Get on the ground. Hey, when we doing it again? It comes with you, bro. Like, it is legit practice. You train for this. So if you find yourself lacking confidence, what you're really lacking is, I think somebody said it in the chat. I want to make sure I cover it. Lost in Translation said, it's in a way, it's about knowing what you're talking about. It's about knowing your material good enough, right? We feel that we can unstuck anybody. So we feel that we can stand in the middle of the grocery store and unstuck somebody. The confidence to do this comes from unsticking each other, two of the most stubborn idiots in the planet. and fighting with Kat and Eden and Brad in our friend group. So unstucking each other, it gives us the confidence to go out and try to help other people because we're problematic. We just don't look like it because we do a good job of faking it. So there's that.
I like to think about confidence and all emotions because I always have, it's like a movie in my head. It's like a cutscene. You're driving a passenger van, right? Your consciousness is driving the passenger van. In the passenger van is confidence, is anger, is sadness, is the inner child, is your creativity. They're all in the van. But like, can you put the one that's useful up front? Like sometimes anger wants to sit with you in the front seat, but you're like, you know what, anger, I hear you, but like, can you just go take a nap and we're going to let confidence sit up here so we can drive this car and get to where we need to go. And then maybe later when we're sitting, anger doc pop on today, right? So you have your like different characters, right? Who can you utilize at the time? So I like thinking of it that way. And that goes back to like this thing that Doc said to me when he unstuck me. He's like, are you carrying a cup full of bitch today? You know, or can you pour your cup out and fill it with confidence? Can you have a cup full of confidence? Right? You're making choices. What are you making in your coffee today?
Oh, she's like, I have a cup full of bitch. So listen, anybody who just showed up, Dr. Randall's like, what are they talking about? Lost in translation, Diego, Kenya. First of all, thank you guys for showing up all the time. The members, thank you for showing up all the time. Listen, I had this situation where I was talking to Mary Lou, and I'm like, whatever. Okay, so if you're carrying a cup of coffee and someone makes you spill that coffee, why did you spill the coffee? And then the conversation comes up, well, because the person bumped into me. And it's like, no, you spilled the coffee because the cup was full. If the cup was empty, you wouldn't spill the coffee. So whatever you have inside you, whenever you are pressed, that's what really comes out. Okay? So if you have love and care and honesty and trust, when someone pushes you, that comes out. Right? So the Facebook Christians are always Christian until somebody push them, and then they go into the corner and start swinging and calling you all types of names and telling you that you shouldn't be here and you can't love who you want to love or whatever. And like, then you ain't really got the God in you that you be telling folks, because that's not what he teaches. Well, at least when I left a long time ago, but that wasn't I learned in school. I went through 13 years of Catholic school and a lot of ass whoopings. So, whatever is in your cup when you're pressed is what spills out. And so, what I was telling Mary Lou that day, I'm like, if you have joy, gratitude, peace, humility in your cup when somebody presses you, that's what's going to come out. But if you're carrying around a cup full of bitch and somebody presses you, that's what's coming out. So what's it going to be today? Is it going to be a cup full of bitch or a cup full of joy, gratitude, peace, humility? And then she was like, my cup runneth over with bitch today. Tell him step away.
I have like a whole tray of cups.
it was the Brazilian single origin washed, pour over espresso. So yeah, if you feel gratitude, forgiveness, joy, affirmation, resilience, positivity, kindness, confidence, gentleness, whatever you got, when you're pressed, that's what's going to spill out. So part of the reason why those negative talks stick so hard is because we tend to reinforce them by keep saying them and saying them and saying them. So you are filling up your cup with that lack of confidence. So yeah, like it.
We're gonna talk about some actionable steps for switching for you, right? Thinking about this like cup thing. We're gonna come back to that, but I want to know a pick of the week for you.
Oh my goodness. So speaking of the video yesterday, I'm going to just go ahead and keep the theme going. I want to talk about the Black Magic camera app. I called it everything but its name in the video because that's what old people do, deal with it. I use it so much that I actually have it as the action button on my phone. So if I just press it long, and of course I got to be awake for that, it goes to the Black Magic camera app. Go away. I got to make that go away.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to switch my camera button to be Black Magic one because it is much better.
Yes, it is much better. So there's the Black Magic camera app. Anyway, reason why I liked it for this particular case, if for our people, especially those of us that are just starting out, you're looking for some sort of budget way to create content. You already have a phone, iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. iPhone. If you put the Black Magic camera app, first of all, it's super expensive, free. So the second thing I like about it is that if you have an adjoining tablet or an additional phone, you can use that as the remote for the other. I happen to be one for the plug and one for the load. So I put this one on a tripod. I use this one to record, make sure my shots are good, focus on my face, and bingo, I record. And so I can put the phone somewhere where I don't have to. Sometimes if you press and you back up, you get in the wrong position. And now half your head is missing or you're out of focus. So I like to do things where you can trigger that recording remotely. The only thing I wish they would add, and I'm going to harass them when I see them at NAB, is I could do it with the DJI. I could do it with the Insta360. I want my phone to be there and be like, start recording. Hi, everyone. I'm Velvet Jones. Welcome to my course on how to be, never mind. anybody who knows Velvet Jones knows Velvet Jones. So, but it's a fantastic app. It's absolutely free. Go and check it out. Blackmagic.com.
So it won't trigger from the other phone. It won't
It
start
will.
recording,
You
or
can
it's
you
the saying it.
I would love to be able to just say it because then that makes it easier. But I love the fact that that's why I love it, is you can trigger it with another phone. You can trigger it with an iPad. You can even trigger it with an Apple Watch. But the advantage of another phone or an iPad is you have this really large monitor. So here's what's cool.
Couldn't you do that with the voice accessibility feature? Because you can do that with the regular camera. You can say start recording if you set it up.
I ain't seen that video on your channel yet. Touche.
Oh
Or
no,
shall I
it's
say
coming.
Summer's Eve? Oh, that's good.
That's cool.
Well,
I love that. I didn't know you could you could control it from another device. So that is like,
100%.
ooh, excellent, excellent,
And if
excellent.
you have, now I'm telling, please don't go out and buy this if you don't already have one. But if you had a tentacle tally system or some of the other time code systems, for instance, if you had a tentacle trigger plugged into your Sony or your, Canon, whatever, you could actually trigger that recording from your phone with that and trigger all the cameras at the same time, and all the time code would match. So it does some really cool multicam stuff too. But that's a little bit on the pro scale. For most of us just starting out, it's just the fact that it's a free camera app that can make your camera actually shoot better than the default camera app. One of the things that it will do, which I've showed you maybe at camp, I keep this little guy because this is my hard drive. So on my cage, I put the hard drive and I plug this in. It records directly to the hard drive. So I can take that and then plug it into the computer. Now, the native app does that on iPhone 15 and above, but on older iPhones, it won't do that. So with this, you can actually take an older iPhone, put a hard drive on it, and record directly to the hard drive, record directly to an SD card. If you're not doing 4K ProRes, you can record directly to an SD card. So you can put an SD card reader in the bottom of your phone and then record directly to that. So it makes it easier so you don't have to transfer the files later too. So it does things like that. It helps you with external microphones, easier focusing. Like, it's just good. It's just good. Get in there.
Good.
Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah, and I've been using it a lot lately with like my pick of the week this week, and some other tests that I'm doing with microphones that are meant to plug straight into your phone. So my pick this week is this Hollyland Lark Mark II. It's very good. I got it on a really good Black Friday deal. I wasn't going to get it, but I had a couple people ask me for my opinion on it. And I was like, I don't know. And then the Black Friday deal was like too good. And I was like, you know what? Okay, let me grab it. And I'm so glad that I did. You can get this in a couple of different ways. Like, you can get it with a receiver that will plug to your phone and plug to your camera. I just got the USB-C phone one, but I'm on the hunt for what's the best one I can recommend to beginners who we can't like give them too many steps. I want them to be able to plug this in and it works, because we're just trying to like reduce the barrier of entry to get them going. And then like, because they want to go all the way to like, I've got a whole audio interface and 5 cameras, but like, girl, you can't even bring a video into edit it, like,
say it again.
Let's back up. Let's back up. So I've been looking for something, and I have been trying a couple ones. This is my top contender right now. And, we got relationships, but like this one's my top contender right now because it is plug and play. But if you use the Blackmagic camera, that's where you can actually see if it's recording. If you're using the regular camera, you don't have like audio levels or anything like that. You can't double check that it's connected. You just got to record and then play it back and see. So with all my tests, like Blackmagic has been the core of my test. But these ones are so great, and they're so little. And they came with some stickers with smiley faces, so that's already coming. That just was a matter of time before I put those on there.
The thing I like about those is the size of it. And same reason why I fell in love with the DJI. But trust me, as I use my Rode Wireless Pro, there's things I like about that as well. So it's funny, there's a lot of different segments to this, but I do believe that before they came up with the round one, the Lark was a little stick. And it was one of the best in the game when they were the only other player outside of the first two. Right? So I just remember when we got to NAB, we wanted so much to hit the Hollyland booth, but it was swamped. So we never really
Yeah,
got a
we
chance
couldn't
to
get
get
over
in
there.
there. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
cool.
good. And there's like a lot out there. Like, so this one, the common complaints for people who are a little more advanced is like there's no onboard recording, there's no I can float down the lazy river, none of that. You just plug it in and it works as a microphone. It's
Float
little.
down the lazy
It
river.
it's good. You know what I'm talking about.
I was just catching up on comments while you were doing that. And Kenya said, I wouldn't have spilled my coffee because I would have drank it quicker. You're not helping, Ken. Stay on the program, woman.
Oh, okay. So this is good, right?
I'm with her. I would have drank the coffee quick too. Oh my God. This is good.
You
Go
gotta
ahead,
drink
Lou.
it. So we're talking about drinking and talking about a cup, right? So an actionable step, if you're feeling a low confidence day or an anger day or anything else, whatever it is you are feeling, it's woo woo, but also there have been tests. You take a little cup of water and like put all that bullshit in it. Just put it in there and then pour that down the toilet.
Who? I used to do that. My told you Haitian side of the family. We used to write,
Mm-hmm.
the names on a piece of paper, or write whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is on a piece of paper, ball it up, give it a little thing, and then catch it to light, and then throw it in the
Yes.
toilet and flush it. So we used to do that.
Yeah. So
I'd be
also
like,
the opposite
I'd be like,
direction, you can
Paul
take it.
Duncan.
So you could do a combo of this if you want to write the negative onto paper and then in your cup put in the positive, put in the confidence, and then you drink that one. Then you're like, I'm confident, I know what I'm doing, I trust myself, I'm a bad bitch, and then
You-
win your
Hey,
day.
listen, oh my God, the chat is good today. So Dr. Duncan said we're talking about Viktor Frankl today. Anybody who watched this show, look, I know you're new around these parts, but your man's brings up Viktor Frankl all the time. Success lives between the stimulus and the response. So when somebody comes up to you, this is common for us in football, right? And this is where I learned it. I learned it from a football coach. When the person comes up to you and gives you the late hit, and then you get up and punch them back, you get thrown out of the game. The referee never sees them with the hit, never sees the kick or anything like that. So when the person comes up and gives you an unnecessary hit or whatever like that, you get up and look at them and be like, duly noted, and you just walk away. And then the next time you initiate the knockout punch, the referee don't see that neither. And then when he retaliates on you, he get thrown out the game. So I'm a strong believer in success lives between the stimulus and the response, which is a Viktor Frankl thing. And I mention it in my videos. I talk about being responsibility because responsibility, again, Americans screw up normal words because they've been told by somebody else. That's somebody else's responsibility. No, responsibility means you are response-able. You are able to respond. That's all it means. So when somebody throws something at you, including this lack of confidence, how you respond to that is up to you. So back to Mary Lou's TED Talk on what to do when you are given a bout of lack of confidence. Here's how you respond. Bingo. You may proceed.
Yes, there's, to continue with that. And it's like it happens sometimes when you just are in a low confidence mode because life has just beat you down. Like sometimes you just are battered and you need to step back and you need to recharge. So if like as a creator, you're feeling low confidence, maybe you need to step away from your stuff right now and look at it in a different way, look at some other things, find inspiration somewhere else. Because maybe the cup, whether it's full of whatever, it's empty because you can't pour from an empty cup. Like when you're confident, then you can give. But if you are unfulfilled, then there's nothing to give. And thus you feel a lack of confidence because you're like, but I have nothing to give. But maybe you need to refill. Maybe you need to refill
Ooh.
yourself. Maybe you need to take care of yourself
Girl,
a little bit.
You just gave me an idea.
Let's hear it. Are we starting to sell confidence cups?
Look, I wish I had a little light bulb. Boom. Okay. So I heard something today 2 times. We are very good at giving love and appreciation to other kinfolks, and we're not necessarily good at giving it to ourselves. So I'm gonna highly suggest you take some time when you can fit it in, and I want you to record 5 or 6 of these videos so you have them on deck. And what they are today I'm not feeling it. Ain't nobody talking to you, Mary. Today I'm not feeling it. So what I'm gonna do is share the love. Okay, I didn't see him yet, but if Luis was here, Luis has this on his show. Luis has a thing called Cities Gaw, and it's a weird Luis analogy, not analogy, acronym for channels I think you should go and watch. So, if I were feeling some type of way where I didn't feel good about me, you know what makes me feel good? Tinkerbell and somebody else. So I'll be like, people, listen, I know I normally come here and I talk to y'all about this. I'm going to be Kenya. Hold on, let me get my hair did. I'm going to be Kenya right now. Okay. I'm Kenya. Look, y'all know I normally come here and I talk about relationships and how to get your life together. But recently, I have been watching this girl, Mary Lou Mandel. Listen, folks, I'm gonna put her name in the description down there because it's hard to spell. I don't know where her mama got that from, but she is so good, y'all. When she gets to talking to me about like how I need to get my stuff together for my show and how to plan and how to shoot all of these videos and whatnot, she has been like a godsend. I think the Lord has sent her specifically to me because I needed to see her. So I just want to share with y'all. Mary Lou is the business. So listen, y'all, if y'all looking to create this content so that like I do on my show and look cute like me, what you need to do is go check out my friend Mary Lou Mandel. Now, why? She's just real, y'all. You know, I feel like I'm talking to my sister in the kitchen. You know how you be in the kitchen and family on Sundays and y'all just be talking about things and y'all get into whatever? Mary Lou is just like that. She's not fly and pretentious, whatever. I mean, she cute, but she just give it to y'all straight. So listen, y'all, if y'all want to check out something good, take my recommendation. Check out the Video Creator Club by Miss Mary Lou Mandel, y'all. I'm telling you, it is hot fire. Now listen, Kenya got other stuff I need to do today. So please, if you like this, just subscribe, whatever. But I'll see y'all next week. I got to go.
Wow, Doc, thank you.
My Kenya is good. She gonna slap the crap out of me when
Yeah.
she see me, but look, he said, Doc is Kenya 2.0. That's what you do, fam. Like when you're feeling, when you're feeling it, go spit it on somebody else then. Share something you just recently learned. Give another person props for what you just learned and bring it. Bring it. So I did it last month. And it wasn't that I was feeling somebody. I was just busy. And I was like, you know what? I am going to talk about what Kevin told me to talk about because it was good. Kevin was like, listen, you can do that. I said, okay. So Kevin was in Not Nice to Know, Nice to Have November like 3 separate times because I don't know, last month, whatever, Kevin was on fire. So Kevin became a theme. I just started making videos for Kevin because he had the right stuff. You know, he was coming in like them dudes in the Apollo 13. He had the right stuff. So just keep it coming. So if you feel in some type of way, do yourself a favor and share that love with your contemporaries. Tell them, like, listen, these are 5 people I've been watching. Go watch them. You know, this is one person I've been watching. Go check them out. Oh, Raphael just got this Final Cut course. I'm going to make a video about, like, why you should jump into his course. Because at this point in time, you might as well edit. Eventually, you're going to need to, so you might as well learn it and stop putting it off. Putting it off is not going to make you a better creator. Learning how to edit will. So let's just go see Raphael. Come on. I'll do it with y'all.
Let's
Y'all
go
scared?
do it.
Let's go. We'll do it together. We'll hang out and sip some... You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm sorry, Kenya's lawyers, don't come at me.
So there's that. There's the, if you're feeling low confidence, to shine the light on someone else. And by sharing somebody and being like, hey, go look at them, like they're great, like sharing other resources. But also it's that thing of, it's hard for us to feel good about ourselves. But if you look at, if like your younger sibling, a young person who like you care about comes to you and they're like, I really need help with this, you're going to pull it together and you're going to tell them some good advice. You're going to use what you know, and you're going to be able to pull it out of yourselves. So maybe when you're feeling low confidence, you're looking a little too inward, when what you could be doing is looking to what people need from you and then providing that, because you do have something. And because I know the same for me. It's like, if I'm feeling low confidence, like maybe I'm like feeling want, but then like somebody asks me something, I'm like, okay, I got it.
Right?
Let's go. Let's
Right?
go. Let's do it.
So give yourself a win. Like you have it, you have that as one of the actual steps. Give yourself a win. That is a win. Helping somebody else is a win. Man, listen. I saw Strick was in the channel, and Strick was saying like he loves ideas. Strick, you do it so well, dude. You always give people props. You give people flowers where their flowers deserve. You and Kurt are just so good at it that it gives people inspiration and the energy to keep it going. So yeah, go find something like that. Go watch one of Luis's Cities Goss podcasts when the podcast drops. Just go find a way to share your love with somebody else. I mean, we've done it. We've done it. These are 5 tools that I'm using right now that I just am in love with. It ain't about you now. You're just sharing. You're just sharing something that you're using, right? And like normally I talk about tech on this channel, but look, I'm gonna talk about 5 things non-tech related that I am in love with at the moment. Okay, so it's going to be the Trader Joe's citrus garlic seasoning. I don't have Trader Joe's in Hawaii, so I always got to steal it when I go to the mainland. I don't know what's in that stuff, but it is correct. Microwave popcorn, Trader Joe's citrus garlic, shaky, shaky, shaky. Turn on the movie. Talk to your boy later. Like, I'm just saying, right? Believe it or not, olive Olay melting face wash, it's a little dot like this. And so when I travel, I can stick a whole bunch of them in a little bag. You put it in your hand, you drop water, turns into soap, you wash your face, you look cute. You know, people be thinking you under 50 when you ain't. You know, you can just go down the list. Like I got more. I could do this all day. But yeah, in a way, just hey, listen, gang. This is what I'm talking about today. I know y'all here for this. I just want to tell y'all these things because it might help somebody. I don't even know. Just like what are some of the things that I am just loving. So Mary Lou on the pick of the week will talk about something for your face. I'm not electrocuting my face, but she likes it, so it's good. Somebody in the chat will be like, "Ooh, I needed that." You know, probably Kenya.
Yeah, another way that starting with a win can look like is doing something outside of creating, right? Like when I can make it to the gym, I started with a win. And that's where it's like I have to do it in the morning, and I got up, I did this thing that can be challenging. I started with a win. I can do anything. The hard thing is done.
The hard thing is, I think I like to create something different. So for Katie, it's making those knit fruits, wobblies, whatever they're called, right? For Luis and I right now, it's 3D printing. Also for me, it's go outside and just shoot pictures. Like every once in a while I share them. Most of the time I don't even share them. I just go outside and shoot pictures because it just helps, you know? You could just grab Aldo, put that little sumbitch on the leash and go outside and start walking around. Now he chases deers around the Pacific Northwest, which is silly, but just take your little dog, walk your butt outside. Mary Lou walks the cat, y'all. Like sometimes you just gotta
We go out exploring, yeah.
We outside.
Yeah. Okay. So rapid fire for you is 5 physical ways to flip the switch. 5 physical ways to flip the switch.
All right. My first one, just flip it. Just flip it, and I'm going to deal with the consequences later. We have all done this, okay? We have all done this in some way, shape, or form. We have I got to get to place A really quickly. I normally don't speed, but today, listen, I'm doing 80 and hope the cops don't see me. So when you are in that sort of push comes to shove momentarily situation, you will just flip the switch and do it. So just tell yourself, switch activated. Get yourself a gigantic easy button. Get yourself a physical switch. Go to the Home Depot, buy a light switch for $4. Buy a cover plate for 89 cents. There's a blue plastic box. They're known as junction boxes that go on the wall. That one's going to be $1.50. Build it as an actual switch. Take a Sharpie, write confidence on it. And all you do is go. You don't have to do anything. Just get a confidence switch. Make up some analogous thing and be like, all right, I'm in. Put me in the game, coach. Right? That's it.
Right.
You want to do a
Just
low budget
flip it.
solution?
Flip the switch.
Put a rubber band on your arm and just go like that. Right? A screensaver, not a screensaver, a desktop, confidence mode activated. Just do it. Just do it. Second thing, to physically do it, get up and walk and out loud while moving. I can do this. I got this. You can do this. Loud affirmations are real. People would like to tell you that it's woo-foo or whatever, but loud affirmations are real, right? Now, here's the other thing. I'm going to put this back on our faith people. Call your deity of faith and tell them, you gave me the power to do this. I need you to remind me right now I got this. Use that. Like if that's what you call it faith, you can't call it I'm a person of faith and to be sitting up here without faith because your man, the atheist over here will call you on your BS. Which is it? You're a person of faith or you're a person of BS? Which is it? So if you got to call upon your maker, call upon your maker. I seen people do it all the time. In track and field, before the long jump, I was in Catholic school. Hit the sand, get up. Thank you, Mary Catherine. Sister Mary Catherine be like, you go. Gold medal for Our Lady of Good Counsel, right? So, I mean, which is it? Either you is or you ain't. Like one of the two. Go to a different room. Just pick your stuff up and go someplace else. Sometimes just changing the scenery does it. And then, I don't have this ability. Walk into your room and look at them kids, look at your family, go outside, stand across the street in your neighbor's yard and look at your house. Look at what you have done. Look at your degrees. Look at what you already have achieved and ask yourself, that same person is over here being a little bitch right now. Sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. Like those are some of the ones that I would do. Actually,
Good.
call
I
up the
love
spouse
those.
and knock out a nooner real quick. That'll get your confidence
Well,
up.
you know,
Be like, hey,
I need a little help.
Kevin, what are you doing? Kevin be like, "Brr, Jackie, yes. Come here, I gotta talk to you real quick, girl. He'd be like, Kevin, yes, Kevin. Why is the Genuine album on? You know what it is, mommy. So, Santa, you getting birdie. Now we're here talking dirty because I'm so... Sorry, let me get my Genuine and turn it off. Listen, if the Genuine album don't work, you need marriage counseling. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me, brother. I love you.
Oh, there's like something that like a phrase that was coming up for me when you were giving these physical things, but it's if you're feeling stressed, I didn't make this up. So if you're feeling stressed, find somebody to bless.
Ooh,
Right. So if
yes.
you're feeling stressed, is go to someone else and try to help somebody else out. Do something for someone else.
Ooh, I like it. If you're
Yeah.
feeling stressed, find somebody to bless. That's that's good. Wait, I'm
Look,
getting
it
y'all.
feels good, right?
Look, I'm getting y'all the playlist. I'm gonna put it in the YouTube. I use YouTube Music because I have YouTube Pro. I'm assuming most of y'all have YouTube Pro. I'm gonna get y'all the playlist so y'all can go ahead and play that tonight. And then a couple months from now, you be like, "Hey, man, listen, I can't be around the chat. Why? Oh, my wife's pregnant."
Here's your new nephew.
Oh, I can't even spell Genuine right now. I'm too busy laughing. Oh my God. Yo, listen.
You know, and then
Listen,
finding
guys.
ways to laugh, right? Like this can really help with your confidence. It's just taking things a little bit lighter. You know, not everything's so heavy.
Yes,
Not
that's what it
everything
is.
is the end of the world. The end of the world is the end of the world, and it's not the end of the world unless it's the end of the world. And when it was the end of the world, it wasn't. Remember, we went through the end of the world. It wasn't the end of the world.
It was not. Listen, it
It was
was
not.
not. Hey, BJ said switching to Teddy Pendergrass for the old heads in the chat, here's a funny story. If you look at some of the liner notes on Teddy Pendergrass's music, my Uncle John was the was a guitar player for him. So there's that.
Oh.
Yeah, super funny. Man, listen, I agree with you, Mary Lou. Sometimes just getting out there, having a little fun, switching mode. Luis said something which worked for me too. Luis will go and watch like comedy people on the old YouTube. And that helps me. Like if I get to laughing, I'm in a good mood. Like now I can go and do it. So sometimes before you start a stream or whatever, if you just feeling some type of way, listen to some comedy, grab a good book. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I have definitely poured myself a little taste just because it's like, it's the shock just hits you. Just like, love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Joel
But like
reminded me
you're
too.
playing small, doesn't help anyone and doesn't help yourself.
Yes.
So I hope you leave this knowing you can make the choice today and every day to be confident in whatever level you are in right now, in whatever skill set you are in right now, like confident that you know what to do or that you will be able to figure it out. Because you can be confident in the opposite direction. You can be confident you won't know and you won't know, but you be confident you do know. You're confident no matter what. You're already confident.
You're confident either way. You're either being confident in your inability or you're confident in your ability. Oh, yo!
Check out Creators Unstuck with Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mandel on Ecamm Live.
Yo, she set you straight, bro. She set you straight. Either way, you're right. And that is one of those, either way, you're right. So, oh my God. Listen, people, I just hope that you find a way to get out there and help yourself. None of this is hard, but it's also not easy. It does require work. And if you got to practice something, practice the ability to believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Practice the ability to believe in yourself. And Mary Lou, I just saw your text bubble pop up. Just hit the Apple Watch. I don't know why that happened. That wasn't me. Just take your Apple Watch, and there is a breathing app. You can do a breathe. You could do a 1 minute, breathe it out. I do it right before every show. We're going to breathe it out real quick. Woo-sa. And just dive in. The next show should be with people with too much confidence. Hey, you keep listening to that Genuine, I tell you what. Look, I said that to Strick, and he heard the flute version coming from Kim because she's a flautist. She's a Grammy Award flautist. So all of the songs that Strick hears them in flute. Though she's dope too, by the way. Go check out Kim Scott, the other smart person in that relationship. Go check out her music. She is dope. She's super dope. I don't know how he got so lucky because he's just my friend. Anyway, gang, listen, you've been unstuck. I'm just saying. I know some of you. If you got something out of this joint, clap it up in the chat. If you know somebody that needs to hear this mess, please send them over to Creators Unstuck on YouTube and wherever your podcast getting is got. Like, because today was good.
Today was good. And it's come up in the chat a couple times. As RuPaul said, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? And also, you better work.
You better work. That's all I think of when people say RuPaul. Listen.
That's Doc Rock. Did you guys know that? That's Doc Rock over there.
Yeah, and that's Mary. Oh, dang it. I knew it. Damn it, Stephanie. That's Mary Lou Mandel, a.k.a. Miss Luniverse. You can find me all over the internets at DOCROCK. And where can they find you, Lou? That's a rhyme.
Mary Lou Mandel, all over the internet. I'm the only one. And if you find another one, let me know because she will be destroyed.
She is the imposter. All right, gang.
There's no imposter syndrome if that's an imposter, if she's out there.
You know what it means, right?
You have been unstuck with Creators Unstuck. Doc Rock and Mary Lou Mandel.
As we say around these parts, see you. Get it? Creators Unstuck. See you. Bro, crushed it. Listen,
So, okay, a point I want to make to everybody real quick.
real
quick. This is episode
Like,
19.
we about to hit 20. We about to be
About
old
to
enough
hit
to
20.
drink.
For any of you who are out there and you're like, I don't know if I can come up with enough ideas, it is endless. Whatever thing you're talking about, it is endless. You will be able to come up with more ideas. Like, trust that you will know. And if you don't know, ask the robots.
Her said, okay, Google, play Genuine. Bro, I am not
I want to hear the
responsible for
flute
what.
version of Pony.
Oh, you hear that, Strick? Tell Kim that Mary Lou wants to hear the flute version of Pony. Dude, she probably already got it on deck.
Already there. Just send me the link.
Listen, I will send it to you. Just it's secret squirrel, but Strick was so nice. He had Kim make a Valentine's of Kim playing our song. So Karen and our song was So Simple by India Ari. And for whatever reason, it was like during the pandemic, we couldn't really do anything special for Valentine's or whatever. So Strick had Kim make that video for me, and she sent it to me. And I put it on the big screen at Baba's house. And so my brother-in-law got a single rose and gave it to the sister. And they was like, oh, Sean boy, where did you get Karen's for Valentine? And I was, well, little children's, gather around. Click. Boom! Mic drop. Melted the entire joint. First of all, Kim's dope. She had a little cute dress. And she goes, here you go, Karen. This is for you from Doc. Blah, 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 blah. She said, now that you're right here, let me whisper in your ear. Yo, melted the whole joint. Hearts on the floor. Tears. Crying. The rose went, boop. You know what it is. That's what I'm
Wonderful.
talking about, bro.
I
All right,
love
family,
that. And
listen.
that's community, right?
Yeah, that's community. That's what I'm saying. Like, Strick is cool. Kim's cooler. No, I love my brother. Strick is the reason why you guys get me the way you get me. He was the one who pushed me out the door and was like, listen, dude, if you don't put this community together, you are fired. I will not speak to you ever again. And I was like, what? He goes, no, I'm dead serious. He goes, you're doing too much and it's all over the place. I need you to build it as a community so people can know where to be, so people can have their gathering point. So Strick was the one who told me to turn up the juice. And it's been going ever since. Almost 4 years.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Strick said something to me at the first creator camp because I was almost going to derail myself all completely from creator world. And he's like, no, we need you here. You need to do this.
You ain't not
I'm like,
allowed.
Strick said.
Yeah.
Strick said.
Yeah, he's so strict.
Thank you, Strick. Y'all need a Strick in your life is what you need.
All right, listen, people. Absolutely love you guys. We will see you guys next show. We'll be recording 20. So please come through. If you know anybody needs to come here, drag it in. Kenya, we're happy to have you in the LGL fam. If you want to join, pop in. We'll love you. You can come and hang out with Alicia and AT and beat up on me. And then I will promise I will never do any more Kenya imitations.
Don't believe
That's a
him.
lie. He can't promise that.
Shut up, Paul. Don't tell. All right, family. I love you guys. Peace out. Bye.